This evening at the Mount Vernon Iceplex, which is newly renovated in the last 5. Richmond Generals had to be on the road this evening. We actually get on the road late tonight back into Richmond. Our game tomorrow is at 10:40 in the morning at our home ice. We play the Reston Raiders tomorrow morning at 10:40. Guess we'll be playing the weather too. Let me get the sound off here really quick. All right, sound off is from your Richmond Generals. This is a CCHL league game this evening. The Richmond Generals Harrington are in third place. So we need a good win this evening to keep our standings, if not progress. We've got Coleman, which is another Richmond Generals team that's at first, and then they got the Patriots out of Woodbridge, which is second right now in the CCHL. All right, we've got a sound off for this evening's game. And on center, we're going to have Corey Bass. We got Christian and we got Cooper on the front line playing D. We've got Tanner and Pearson, and then we got Cooper in net. That shot on goal, saved by Cooper. It's going to get broken up by Nova Blue. Come up through mid-ice, pass under their legs and back into the bottom and around. Tanner sends it back up. Christian tries to take it away but misses. Great poke check by Bass for the Generals. Comes up to our side of the ice. Cooper's in the lower bottom, tries to pass it across. Got off the stick of Blue. Bass put it in the walls. Big shot from Tanner. And it's saved by Nova Blue. Richmond Generals is going to be in the offensive zone. 14:08 remaining in the first. Remains scoreless. We've got Glass on center. Big win from Glass. Big shot in the corner from Saxton, saved by Blue. Going to have a restart again. You got Sumner, Glass, and Saxton on the lines with Morrison and Smythe on defense. Oh, big whiff by Blue. Back in the hands of Sumner, backhand all the way back into Morrison, over to Smythe, far side ice. Saxton sends a hummer down to the lower corner. Goalie stick for Blue, tries to send it around. Oh, great job there in the corner. Comes back in the hands of Morrison, but he's lost it. Back in the hands of Blue, great poke check by Saxton. Saxton takes it round one. He's got a round two. He's got a right opportunity. Oh, backhand is denied, but go through with Glass on the double backhand and in. Give that score to Ian Glass for the Generals. The assist from Saxton. Richmond Generals go up 1-0, 13:34 remaining in the first. Harrington's on the line with face-off won by the Generals. Got JT Harrington coming up the right side, tries to go to the center. Weiss is not at home. He chases to the corner. Back over to Davis. Davis tries to go from the poke check by Blue. Picked back up by Harrington. Harrington has a shot. Denied by the defenseman for Blue. Davis is going one-on-one. Tries to get it away. Oh, the big shoulder on Blue into Davis. He gets back up. Davis is going to, he's got his number. He looked at him twice. And he's going to repay the favor in a little bit. Harrington's down at the bottom, loses the puck over to Blue. Picks it back up again right behind Cooper, sends it around the opposite side ice. Weiss is there. He's got Sellers going up the middle. Sellers clears away one, keeps control. You got Davis on the right-hand side. There's a big shot from Sellers, high and wide, no score. Pick back up from Davis. Davis goes to center on the corner, posting out, no score. Weiss is in the far corner. Harrington tries to take a big swing but misses. Blue sends it out. Great job by Sellers sending that back right through Weiss's stick. It's going to be an offsides call on the Richmond Generals. 12:18 remaining. Generals are up 1-0. Going to get a fresh line change here when we come back and restart. We're going to have Bass, Cooper, Christian on the front line. Defense is going to be Pearson and Tanner. Cooper still in net. Face-off is won by Blue. Backhand by Blue. We'll go to Nova so we don't get mixed up from here on out. Nova's got the puck. Far side ice. They try to go to center. Nobody's at home for the Generals. And right through the stick of Nova. Goes back to center ice by Nova. Cooper just barely missed it there through center ice. Tanner's going to chase down the lower corner. Cuts him off, regains control for the Generals. Tanner's through one. He's got open ice. Comes back. He's got one to beat, two to beat, and he goes all the way down. He's got a defenseman. Shot on goal, high and wide, no score. Christian's down the bottom with Nova White. Nova's taking it all the way down. Three defensemen. Great job by Tanner taking that poke check away. Back in the hands of the Generals. Back into the lower corner. You got Pearson chasing. You got Cooper, does a great backhand. Shot on goal, great pad save by Cooper and back around. Pearson picks it up for the Generals. Goes over to center, but poke check by Nova. And we're back into center ice. Picked back up by Nova. Dump it down low. We try to go in the corner. Cooper covers, but uncovers it quickly for Pearson for the Generals to take it up. Now you got Christian on the right-hand side going up the center ice. All alone. He's got one to beat. Big shot right off of the glove of Nova and back around. No score. Great hold by Smythe. He sends it all the way back. And around, back behind Nova's goalie. They pick it up. Off the board. Glass is there for Generals, but returned there by Nova. But Smythe comes all the way across to Cooper. He's going to go across the blue line. He's going to go in the hands of White. Saxon with a big pickup here. Draw. Shot on goal. Blocker save. Back around. No score. Nova sends it up the board. Smythe is there, but the hold is just beyond. They're going to call it off. So that Blue's got to take the puck. Sends it all the way down. Got Morrison in the back. Morrison sends it up to the boards over to Sumner, but right through his skates and stick. Could not connect. Nice shoulder from Saxon. Put that right on Nova. Got Morrison coming up the middle. Great pass to Glass. Off of his stick. Was trying to get over to Saxton, but just couldn't come. Got a skate. Smythe is chasing from behind. Nova loses the edge. Smythe holds. Sends it right up. You got Saxon to clear all the way through. He's going to wave that one off. 9:14 remaining in the first. Saxon is there. Tries to backhand it through the middle there to Glass. Couldn't connect. Nova's going to send it right back up to their far side ice. Going to have Mitchell. He's going to send that one strong right across the blue line. We're going to collect down in the lower port of our offensive zone. Picked back up by Nova. Sends it right down, but Mitchell's there for Blue. For the Richmond Generals, over to Davis really quick. He's going to go down. Goes a quick pass back to Saxton. Off of his stick, off of his skate. No score, no chance. Big shot and in for JT Harrington. Richmond Generals go up 2-0. That was a great vision there for the Richmond Generals to see that Harrington was high, but wide open. Took a great shot and right through the 5-hole. Right off, one by the Richmond Generals. Goes down to the lower corner with Mitchell. He tries to put the brakes on, gets a little check there from Nova. Comes to the side, big time there, picked up by Davis. Right through the middle, skates around one. Hope check there by Nova. Oh, Weiss lost his edge, trying to play with it. Can't. Nova sends it right across the blue line. Oh, all the way back here, right off of his stick, back in the hands of Mitchell. Over to Weiss. Weiss tries to go back, but he didn't look first, right into the hands of Nova. All the way back down to our defensive zone, picked back up by Mitchell. Mitchell has open ice. He needs to take this right up the ice. He does. Round his own player through Bass, has a shot on goal, just a little wide right. Right behind the net they go. Oh, great setup there to Davis. No score. Great backhand by Sellers, right in the hands of Nova. Far side ice, Davis sends it right back beyond the blue line. Comes close to us. Here comes Sellers. Comes right in, right off of his stick. Right in the hands of Bass. Bass tries to go to the middle, but nobody's at home. Cooper should have been a little bit wider on the left side to be able to get that shot off. All the way up in our defensive zone. Nova's battling with Tanner. Tanner picks it up. It's going to round one. It's going to go around. Oh, I lost it right off of his stick, right into the hands of Nova. Right off the stick of Cooper, back in the hands of Tanner. Tanner tries to scoop it around, but denied by Nova. They go to the opposite side ice. Still playing. Cooper calls for it right up to the middle from Tanner. Big assist. Cooper's on a breakout. Oh, Pat save there by Nova. Back around, denied on the score. Still 2-0 Generals. Great job by Tanner. Around one. He's going to go around two. Big shot. High and wide. No score. Picked back up again by Tanner. Christian comes. Back in the hands of Tanner. Far side ice to get a little togetherness there, and back in the hands of Nova. Tries to go to center ice. Has Pearson there on defense. Nova's going to get a fresh set of legs. They just send it down low. Pearson tries to pick it up. Poke check by Nova. Back in the hands of Nova. Tries to go around to the middle. Nope. Denied by our defenseman and back out to the opposite side ice. Though they can't try to kick it right off the hands of Saxon. Back in the hands of Saxon again. He's going to take it down. Tries to go to backhand to Cooper just behind him. Cooper's going to send it around. A little Plinko shot behind the goal and tries to go to Saxon. A little wide, right in the hands of Nova. Great pass by Smythe over to Cooper. Cooper goes around one. It's a little bit forward on his skates. Loses the puck. Sends it around the lower corner. Cooper picks it up off of his stick, but it was just too much. And back in the hands of Smythe. And Smythe is going to send that back down. They're going to call it off. Picked back up by Blue, which is Nova. And they're going to regroup. Tries to send it up to mid-ice just beyond their own player. That's going to be the icing call. So we'll definitely take that in the offensive zone for us. 4:50 remaining in the first. Generals 2-0. Face-off win to the Generals. Back in the hands of Saxon, but quickly taken away by Nova. Glass is skating hard down to the corner, tries to not get that icing call. But the Richmond Generals will take it again, back in our offensive zone. Davis on center. Big win by Davis. Right in the hands of JT Harrington. Shot on goal. Denied by the goalie for Nova. Smythe tries to send it across the middle, right out of reach of Weiss. Down in the lower corner. Sends it back up. Smythe holds. Sends it down low. We got Davis there. Nova goes ahead and clears it out. Morrison is chasing to the bottom corner. He's got it. Poke check by Nova. They go to center. They couldn't hold. Back in the hands of Weiss for the Generals. He's got Davis, but he's not passing it up. Waited too late till we got a player on. Back up our side. Back in the hands of Mitchell. He tries to go to the center, just right behind the Sellers. Back in the hand of Nova. Harrington tries to do a 360 and hold, but loses his edge. Nova clears to the blue line. Right through center. They try to hold, but through their own stick and back around. Picked back up by Mitchell. He just sends one way too far. That's going to be an icing call on the Generals. 3:20 remaining in the first. Back in the hands of Nova. They have a shot wide left and around, no score. Nova sends it right behind Cooper. Pick back up on the left side ice with Bass and Nova. Corey returns the favor. Out of his hands, right in the hands of Mitchell. He loses his edge with Nova. Great job by Sellers going in and taking that pick. He's on the far side ice coming down the middle for the Generals. He's going to take that all the way down to the back. Got a poke check from Nova. Cooper puts a nice hit on Nova. Bass tries to hold right off of his stick. They call that off. Bass goes back. Great job for Sellers sending that back into the lower bowl. Picked back up by Christian. Here comes Cooper, comes down through. Poke check by Nova and back around to the opposite side ice. Great job by Tanner. Coming off the bench, has a great hold. Sends it low. Backhand over to Cooper, but he actually moved out of the way for Christian. And they miss it. High side, Pearson has a shot. Wide right. No score. Christian tries to send one, picks it back up again. Denied by Nova. Pearson does a backhand back to the bottom. There it is to Cooper. But quick poke check by Nova. Pearson handled it all down to the lower bowl. Over to Cooper right through his skates. Back in the hands of Nova. They try to progress through mid-ice. Pearson is there for the Generals. Right through Bass. Backhand from Nova. Right through center ice. That pass was picked up quickly by Nova. Tanner returns beyond the blue line through center ice. Right in the hands of Saxton. Saxton has one. Has a huge shot. Up and high and wide and around, no score. Glass tries to do a really big stretch there to keep that on the attack side, but beyond the blue line. Sends it about low. Sumner tries to go to center, but picked up quickly by Nova. Back behind their own goal, back through center. They send it wide. You got Tanner there for the Generals. Glass sends one down to the lower opposite side bowl. What's going to be an icing call on the Richmond Generals. 44 seconds remain in the first. Richmond Generals still lead 2-0. Face-off won by the Richmond Generals, back in the hands of Tanner. Tanner's looking up ice. He's got a clear view. Goes through one, right through center. Has another shot, high and wide again. Back in the hands of Saxton. Davis calls for it. Couldn't get a clear shot over there, as though he goes around with Saxton. Tries to come to the middle. Tanner moves out of the way. Tries the backhand down low to Sumner. Keeps it. Pearson goes to the middle. Great job by Pearson and Glass. on that combo, but just missed off of the stick of glass. No score. 8 seconds remaining. High side from Pearson. Picked back up quickly. Going to be calling a high stick here on White. It's going to be a high stick. 4.5 seconds remaining. Too many men on the ice, calling Gavin Pearson off. Davis with the win, quickly back over to Glass. Glass goes to the side and right through the hands of Nova to take that progression. Going to end the first period. Richmond Generals lead 2-0. Going to have a minute here to sit with our Richmond Generals and get this game underway. When the second period starts, Nova's got 1 minute, 26 seconds remaining to serve on penalty. The Generals will remain on the power play. This evening into tomorrow morning, the forecasts are calling for snow, anywhere from 1 to 2 inches up this way, 1 inch down in Richmond. Depends on if we get it this evening or not. Will come to tell. Richmond Generals has a great sound off. Davis on center for the Generals. Weiss and Harrington on your forward line. And Smythe and Morrison on defense. Cooper remains in net. Little shake up here for White. They've got to call another player off. Generals remain on the power play. Face-off win for Davis and the Generals. Back in the hands of Morrison. He's going to send over to Smythe. Smythe's going to send up to Davis. Tries to go to the middle there, but Weiss is not there. Picked back up by Morrison in the lower corner, back behind Cooper. He sends it around. Right through Harrington and through the defenseman for Nova. Oh, right off the stick of Davis. Great job to get in the way there. Goes back to center. Tries again. Just reach around there, Weiss. He goes back to the point. Morrison has a huge shot off of Davis's stick. Right in the middle of that, no score. Back to the high side to Harrington. Harrington tries to go in, deflection off of Nova. Oh, again, just right off the stick of Harrington. He would have had a great shot on goal there, but just a little bit off of his stick. Back and around behind Cooper and picked back up quickly by Morrison for the Generals. Morrison's looking up ice. He's going to try to take it up. Right off the stick of Nova. Smythe goes to center. On the backhand side of Davis, goes all the way through. And the goalie goes down to try to cover, but it goes through his leg pads. Davis chases it, but not in time to be able to put that through. 13:47 remaining in the second period. Richmond Generals 2-0. We got Bass, Cooper, and Christian on the front line, and we got Sellers and Mitchell on defense. Back to lower corner. Send it back around by Bass. Sellers tries to go, but gets picked up quickly by Nova. They go down. They got one man to beat. They got Mitchell's right on it. Cooper's way outside the net. Back around and recovers. Great job for Cooper, his brother, taking a big slide on that corner. No score from Nova. Stick saved by Cooper. He covers, went right out quickly. Goes in the hands of Sellers. He sends it with his 9-iron all the way down the left-hand side ice. too much power. That's going to be coming back to our defensive zone with an icing call on the Richmond Generals. Now we got Bass again on center. Quickly one, he picks it back up, sends it back to defense. There he goes again, chips it up. Cooper is there. Christian is there as well, but just not enough. Bass on the opposite side ice, gathers it. Was going to go around, but Cooper had not come across in time. That's going to be an offsides call for the Richmond Generals. We got a line change here. We've got Glass, Saxton, and Sumner. And we've got defense side. We've got Sellers. Tries to go to Sumner, just beyond his reach. That's going to be an icing call on the Richmond Generals. We're going to go down in our defensive zone. Glass again on center for the Generals. Stalemate win out quickly out to the boards. Picked back up quickly by the Generals. Glass is trying to take it and keeps control. Right around Tanner. Oh, that's going to be a trip from the behind there, but no call. Sent all the way back down. Pearson is there for the Generals. Going to pick that up. Go right behind Cooper. He's going to send it up the board to Tanner. Right through his legs. Back to Tanner again. Oh, off of his stick. Uses the board, goes to Glass. He comes right to the middle. He looks opposite side ice. He got Sumner, but just too far to reach there for Sumner to grab. Pearson on point. Big shot wide right. No score. Glass get pinned to the side of the glass there and back around. Back in the hands of White. They send it all the way down. They're going to wave it off. Nope. Thought they were going to wave it off, but they're not. It's going to be an icing call on Nova. And the Richmond Generals, there are 11:52 remaining in the second, will be on the offensive zone. Davis on center. Face-off win by Davis. Harrington sends one just far wide right and back round to the opposite side. Pearson on top. Big shot on goal. Cradle save there by Nova. All right, Davis for the Generals will be our center. Harrington and Weiss. Tanner and Pearson on defense. Another stalemate, but quickly come out of the gate by Nova. Got Tanner for the Generals. Nice. Keeps control there, right around two. Nova's poke check to the corner. Tanner skates right through Harrington. Back in the hands of Nova. Oh, Harrington had the opportunity, but whiffed, but picked it back up again quickly. Tanner's battling 1v3 down there. He's got Weiss in the center. Great job there, but off of Weiss is sticking around. No score, back to center ice. Back in the hands of Nova. Nova goes back to center, right in the hands of Harrington, right through center ice. He's got one to beat. And we can't keep our focus on that progression with Harrington. That's going to be an offsides call on the Generals. Unbelievable. We have Bass, Cooper, and Christian on the front line. Quickly out of the gate, it goes wide right. Cooper chases, not enough. Back in the hands quickly to Morrison over to Smythe. Smythe sends one down beyond the boards of Christian, just out of reach. Christian keeps a nice hold there off the corner, covered up by Nova. Same lines. Pass on center, down low to Nova. Cooper tries to go through there, but over his stick in the hands of Nova. They come through center ice. Right around one. We got Morrison there. Great poke check by Morrison to disrupt that opportunity for the Nova. Back in the hands of Smythe. We got someone calling long. In the hands. Big shot by Nova off the defenseman there and around. No score. High side by Christian. He's going to have it. Tries to go to backhand over to Cooper, but denied by Nova. Got a 3v1 in the corner. Comes out very slow. Picked up by Smythe for the Generals. He tries to go to Cooper, but right off of his stick. Goes long. Nova goes opposite side ice. Morrison, great job on the poke check there. They come back through center. Great hand by Smythe. Keeping that down, but tries to go to Cooper right to the center. But just far right, they miss. Goalie sends one back up to the blue line. For Nova, picked back up again by Smythe. Smythe is battling, backhand in the hands of Nova. Bass comes back. He sends it down to Cooper. He picks it up. Far side ice, got one to beat. Poke check there, back to the boards. Smythe does a great job holding that point. Sends down, oh man, nice backhand by Christian, but nobody was home for the Generals to take that center shot. Quickly picked back up by Smythe. Smythe to Cooper on his stick. Tries to go backhand over the Bass and way out of position that we have that and gave it right back to Nova. Great save by Cooper and back around. Smythe sends one back to Cooper. Just a hit again, just way too far ahead for him to get it on his stick. Morrison on the far side ice center. Sends it back down. We have Saxon all alone. Left-hand corner. He goes around one. We need some more Generals in the middle. Let's skate. 3 Novas against 1. Great job by Sumner keeping that active. Back to Glass. Glass to Sellers. Off of Sellers' stick. Back in the hands of Glass. Glass tries to go down low to Saxon. Right through 2 defenders. That gets denied. Glass picks it back up. Goes to Sellers. Sellers in the middle. Round 1. Round 2. Pad save by Nova and back around. No score. Sumner's chasing Nova. Back around. Great stick handling there, but back in the hands of Nova very quickly. Glass and Nova puts a little stick action there on the corner. Back in the hands of Nova. Mitchell tries to do a great back check there. Gets a little disruption. Far side by Saxton. Great move by Saxton. Around 1, around 2, around 3. Oh, backhand right into the chest of Nova. Saxton was putting a puzzle together, but we just couldn't put we couldn't put the glue together to make it happen. But he got it. Great move by Saxton. Wish we would have had that goal. That would have been a great highlight reel. 7:42 remaining. Generals 2-0. We got Davis on center for the Generals. Face-off win quickly. Backhand by Harrington right through the skates of Nova. Battling on the board there, right through Tanner. Nova sends one long. Davis is there for the Generals, but just not in time. It's going to be an icing call on the Generals. Face-off win, quickly shot there by Harrington. Pad saved by Nova and back around, no score. Picked that up quickly by Davis. He goes around, skates to the middle. Nobody's at home. He's going to take a shot. Pad save again by Nova. Davis putting on a show in the bottom corner there. Picked back up quickly by Nova. Back in the hands of Weiss. Goes long over to left-hand side into Nova. Right off of his skates, high and wide. Back in the hands of Davis. Shot, pad save. Here comes Weiss with the score on the rebound. Opposite side net. Great job, Joel Weiss with the score. Richmond go up 3-0. Got Bass on center. We got Cooper and Christian on the front line. Tanner and Pearson on defense. Back in the hands of Pearson. He sends it opposite side ice. You got Christian coming up behind Strong. Does he get enough? Not off the stick. Back to the center ice by Nova. Pearson tries to send some there, but picked up quickly by Nova. He tries to backhand to nobody, but nothing but Generals alive there. Cooper chase it, get it. Quickly in the hands of Nova, back to our side ice. Nova's going to take it to 2 Generals. Denied by Tanner. Big shot on goal. Cooper comes out. Big glove save. .6:15 remaining in the second. Tanner and Pearson go off. We get fresh legs on defense. Got Smythe and Morrison. Bass on center. Picked back up quickly by Cooper. Backhand. Oh, he was trying to do a 180. But got disrupted by Nova. Back in the hands quickly on the defense by Bass. Bass sends one up long. Tries to go to Cooper, but Nova denies it. Cooper tries to come in from behind. Great stick-to-stick, puck-to-puck action there. You got Cooper going with Bass with the stick on the left-hand side ice. Bass puts a little energy into the wall. Back in the hands of Smythe. Battling down just below us. Crossed ice over to Morrison. Morrison goes around one. Tries to go up board. He does. Over to Saxton. Saxton has all the room he can. He's got Cooper down there as well. Pass to Cooper, but off of his stick. He has to go to a point to Smythe. Smythe with a big shot on goal. Rebound denied by Nova. And the net has come off. We're going to regroup there. That would have been an unbelievable assist by Saxton to Cooper, but just a little bit behind and off of Cooper's stick. Could not get that in. And then what they did is that they had a rebound and double save by Nova. So the Generals will regroup. We got a fresh line down below. We got Glass, Saxon, and Sumner with Sellers and Mitchell on defense. The coach and the referee on the far side ice are talking. That's why we have a little delay here. Win by Glass on that face-off. Back in the hands of Nova coming down our side ice. Quickly returned back around by Sellers. Far ice. Glass is trying to do his work over to Saxton. Backhand by Saxton. Quick glove save by Nova. Glass, another face-off win. Big shot by Saxton, far side right. No score, high and wide. Glass is there at the point. He's got Sellers coming in just a little wide. Great job by Saxton. The rebound off of Sellers. Bad save by Nova. Right through center ice. Nova's going to take that round one. Great backhand save there by Mitchell, the defenseman. Nova's going to take it right through the center. Just a whiff there. Another shot on goal. Almost a blocker save by Cooper and back around. Comes through the middle off the skate of Mitchell. Sellers does a dive right in front of Nova White. He decides not to shoot. Another shot. Great defensive side by Sellers, acting like a second goalie. Back to the top of the point there with Nova. They send it low behind Cooper. Sellers is there. Around one. Going to skate up our side. Right off the stick of Nova. That goes wide. Point is held there by Sumner. Backhand, another great save by Mitchell with a huge shot on goal, denied by their goalie. Back to center ice towards us. Huge shot up and off the stick of Sellers and out of play. 3:37 remaining. In the second period, Richmond Generals lead 3-0. Nova wins that on the face-off. Back in the hands of Davis. He sends it up board, right off the hands of Tanner, right to the middle into Harrington. He sees Weiss all alone again, goes in the far side corner. Weiss gets disrupted there by Nova. High side point, Tanner goes around one, keeps it. Another big shot, just wide right and around, no score. Nova tries to advance 2v1 there right through Pearson. They do, right to center ice. Back over to Weiss, back in the hands of Nova, right through the blue line. Davis is there to pick it up quickly. Poke check by Nova. Goes to the far right-hand corner. Right behind Cooper, Tanner is there, picks it up for the Generals. Looks up ice. Goes around one, keeps control. Skates around two, keeps it. Another shot, pad save by Nova. Opposite side ice, Davis is there for the Generals. Tanner's there, tries to go around. Goes to center, big shot by Davis, denied by Nova. Another shot, post and out by Tanner, no score. Weiss picks it up in the bottom corner. He's looking up top. Harrington's, there's a tip and deflection off of Nova just outside of the goal, off the net, and it comes up to center ice. Great progression there by the Richmond Generals. Many shots on goal. Great saves by Nova. We just got to get into a little better offset there for the next progression. Here we go. Harrington back to Cooper, but off of Cooper's stick. Right in the hands of Nova. Harrington sends one right off the stick of Nova and back around. Cooper goes to the corner. Drops it down low. Cooper comes to the middle. He's got Christian there to help him. Christian sends a lopper down to the middle there, no score. Nova sends one huge right down to the goalie for Cooper. He's there. He's not going to go. He sends one out. You got to be alert there, Tanner. There we go. Tanner thought he was going to cover and keep it, then blow the whistle, but Cooper just sends it out wide left over to Tanner. Tanner to Cooper. Nova sends it back. Tanner is there. Tries to send it up. Oh, if that would have gone right through the hands and feet of Nova, Cooper would have had that on a one-on-one. 56 seconds remaining in the second period. Richmond Generals still lead 3-0. Face-off, stalemate there, comes back to our side, quickly picked up by Nova. They dump it down to the lower bowl. Smythe is there to take it away. Pushing and shoving down in the corner. Bass tries to go get a little action there as well, comes away with it. Backhand up to the opposite side corner. Uses the board again, double dog dare right there, got it through the center ice. Back in the hands of Nova, off the stick of Christian. Backhand by Nova in the hands of Morrison. Morrison sends it over to Smythe. Smythe sends it up to our side of the board over to Cooper. Cooper takes it around one. There's going to be a hooking call probably. Cooper's there. Shot on goal. Tries to get it again. Deflected out of Nova. Double save there, but double shot by Cooper. Picked back up by Bass. Bass goes low. Backhand by Christian. No score. That's going to complete our second period. Great progression again by the Richmond Generals. Looks like we've had probably about 7 or 8 shots on goal just in the last couple of minutes. And we're going to be starting the third and final period here in the next 30 to 35 seconds. The Richmond Generals will start the third period. There was going to be a delayed penalty, but they never touched the puck to offset that call and for us to get that in the second period. So they're going to start on a power play for the Richmond Generals. And they've got a minute and a half to serve for White. So let's see if we can get another score on our power side. In the center, we're going to have Glass, Sumner, and Saxton leading the charge with Sellers and Mitchell on defense. And Cooper in net for the Richmond Generals. Referees put their hands up, signal to the goalies, are they ready? They have given their go. So we're going to get a puck drop here very shortly. Face-off win goes to Glass, backhand corner to Sellers. Sellers goes over to Saxton. Saxton comes to center of the glass. He's got 2 to beat, but doesn't get around. Back over to Saxton. Huge shot on goal. Glove save by Nova. Stalemate picked back up quickly by Glass over to Saxton. Saxton to the point, to the high side to Sellers. Sellers has a shot on goal. Comes out of the glove, quickly covered by Nova. Trifecta work there. That was Glass to Saxton. Saxton over to Sellers. Sellers on the high point with the shot there, but tried it again. Glass over to Saxton. Saxton back over to Sellers. This is repeat. Back over to Mitchell. Back behind the blue line, though. Oh, one-on-one back this side. Sellers picks it back up for the Generals. Right through the hands of Sumner. Glass is there. Little aggression there by Glass. Here comes a center opportunity by Sellers, but they're going to get Glass on that call, unfortunately. It's going to be a minor roughing call on Glass. So for 42 seconds, we're going to go 4-on-4. Davis with the face-off win, back to the lower corner. Tanner sends it around over to Pearson. Pearson tries to go to center with Davis off of his stick and around to the board into the hands of Nova. Nova sends one out of reach back in the hands of Pearson. Pearson sends one right up to Davis. Davis takes a big shot wide right. Tanner comes through off of his stick right through center ice. Nova comes right off the skate of Harrington. Close to our boards over to Davis. Davis tries to send one over to Harrington, but right into the hands of Nova. Tanner comes out of nowhere to get that puck. Tries to skate around, looks up the center. Nobody's at home. Harrington's down low, sends it up high to Davis. Davis goes low off the stick of Harrington. Harrington skates around one. Tries to go around two. Poke check clean there to come back to the middle. Right in the hands of Nova. Tanner tries to poke check that and keep that back live, but unfortunately does not get it, but picks it back up quickly off of the defensive side. Back in the hands of Tanner. He's going to have a shot wide left. Back in the hands of Nova. Pearson goes backhand to the board. Nobody's at home. Picked back up quickly by Davis, but in the hands of Nova. Davis somehow comes away with it. Tries to do the backhand twice, but misses. Denied, and back around we go. Back in the hands of Cooper. Cooper comes up the center, but Davis just underneath of his stick. And to the lower trough we go. Right in the hands of Nova. Cooper chases, nobody's at home. Nova comes opposite side ice very quickly. Nobody skating hard. Everyone's just trickling down to the lower bowl. Comes away quickly with Tanner for the Generals. Nova returns. Left side ice. Goes to the lower bowl. Pearson shoulder to shoulder. One-on-one in the opposite side corner. Cooper picks it right back up in the middle. Got to go through two. Goes around one. Goes around two, but the poke check on the second one gets him. Bass sends it back to Cooper. Great defensive side by Bass. Bass goes to center. Right there to Christian, but just out of reach. Back in the hands of Nova. High side point. Nova puts a little shoulder right into Smythe. Smythe holds. He's got Generals in the middle, but off the stick. Oh, they're holding his stick. Back behind Nova. Smythe take a shot, and he does. Off of the goalie sticking around, left-hand side corner. Cooper sends one right off the stick of the goalie and around, no score. Smythe tries to hold. There's a big quick push by Nova. Back to center, but just not enough. Oh, picked back up quickly, not off of Morrison. Great save by Cooper. That could have been an absolute score there for Nova. Great defensive save by Cooper. Defense just collapsed. Pass was weak. Defensive side was lost, but regained by Cooper. That'll be a good good video to view for coaching. Another shot on goal. Quick backup scoop there by Cooper. No score. 10:55 remaining in the third. 3-0 Richmond Generals. Glass on center. Quick win there. Back to the toe of Mitchell. Cleared out by Pearson. Here comes Saxton. Saxton, and he got Sumner. Oh, he tries to go to backhand to Glass, but denied by Nova. And Nova retreats. Far side ice with the puck. They try to come through middle. There goes Sumner. He tries to get it, but escape. Back in the hands of Glass, right off the tip of the stick of Nova, coming through center ice. Just out of reach of Saxton. He's got to catch up. Saxton comes around. Lower corner's going to skate this one in. Tries to use the backhand there. Just a little out of reach. Goes across the center. Back in the hands of Nova. Back to the lower bowl. Goes right behind Cooper. Mitchell is there. He's going to do a soft backhand over to Sellers. Sellers is going to come right up the middle. He's going to try to outpower the skating here of the defensive side of Nova, but a big poke check by Nova takes it away, but right in the hands of Saxton. Picked back up again by Nova. Back in the hand of Sellers. Sellers fires. Lower corner and around, no score. Off of Glass to stick, right to Saxton. Trickles right off of his stick, off of the defensive side there of Nova. And a quick scoop by Nova's goalie. No score. Going to get fresh legs. Going to be in the attack zone for the Generals. We're completely at full strength now. Davis on center. Davis with the faceoff win. High side to Pearson. Pearson has a shot on goal. Comes right out of the glove, covered quickly by Nova. Same lines. Davis with a big faceoff win. Nobody was over at home on the defensive side. Tanner goes back. Pick it up quickly for the Generals. Here he comes around one. Comes through center round two. Goes to center ice. All Tanner. Tanner has a shot and it's in! Richmond Generals score their fourth goal. Right through the 5-hole opposite side corner. 9:11 remaining. 4-0 Generals. Davis on center. Another face-off win by Davis over in the hands of Pearson. Pearson goes right below us. Oh, shot right inside of the defenseman for Nova, right into his armor there. Back down. Davis sends it around one. He's got Weiss there. He tries to go to the middle there to Harrington, but misses. Nova comes our side ice. Harrington comes through with a nice clean shot. Nice handwork there by Davis. And what we got a call here on? Let's see. Looks like it's a Offsides on the Generals. Got Bass, Cooper, and Christian on the front, with Tanner and Pearson on defense. Face-off win, power from Bass goes to the opposite side ice, picked that up by Nova. Nova sends one through the legs and all the way down in the back of the hands of Tanner. Here comes Tanner. Does a nice quick stop, comes right through the middle again. He's got Cooper far right side ice. He's got Christian on the left. Goes right through center again. Tries to go through two defensemen. Lose that puck quickly over to Nova, and they're going to send that one all the way down. It's going to be an icing call on Nova. So that'll give the Richmond Generals a little edge on the attack side as we start the next face-off. Bass on center again. Stalemate goes to far side ice. Quick back up by Tanner. Tanner has another shot off of the kneecap of Bass, his own player. Cooper's battling out 2v1 here in the corner. Comes back to the middle there. Back in the hands quickly to Christian, but the poke check by Nova quickly turns it back to the center ice. Tanner's calling for center. Not right off the stick of Christian, but he couldn't get there. Right in the hands of Nova. Nova pushes. Tanner's pushing far left. Tanner picks it back up again quickly. Wish everybody had the tenacity that Tanner does on the ice. Off of Cooper's stick, back in the hands of Nova. Oh, right off the skates of Bass. Nova tries to send one around off of the stick right underneath us. They go opposite side, middle ice, lower corner. That's going to be an icing call for Nova. Glass is on center for the Generals. Face-off win by Glass. Picked up quickly by Saxon, but right off his stick, right in the hands of Nova. Far side ice, right coming up to the middle here. Got Smythe at the bottom. Lower bowl, opposite side ice. Tried to go to center by Nova, right off the skates of Morrison. Glass is there to send it up the board over to Saxton. Saxton and Nova are battling in the lower corner. Nova sends it beyond the blue line. Smythe is there to return it back to Glass. Glass is going to turn it over to Saxon. Saxon has a big shot, wide right, no score. Back to center ice. Smythe is holding. Sends one to the lower bowl. Nova scanning up ice, try to go to middle, but right off the stick of Glass. Morrison with a great hold there. I was going to say that was a little bit too far off. It should be an offsides, and they do get the call. Offsides on Nova. Davis on center with the face-off win for the Generals. Back in the hands of Mitchell. Mitchell sends one right behind Sellers. Harrington's going to pick that up. Remains in the lower corner. Tries to go to center to Davis. Quick back up by Nova. Up and high and wide and around. Shoulder to shoulder there on Sellers. Sellers gets up quickly. Woo, big rotation shot by Nova, wide left. They keep it a point. Weiss is there all alone. Got to go around one. Great stick handling there. He tries to go back over to Sellers, but right in the hands of Davis. But that's going to be an offsides call on the Generals on that progression. 5:28 remaining in the game. Richmond Generals 4-0. And we're going to get a restart right below us. Davis again on center for the Generals. Face-off win by Davis. Picked back up by Mitchell. Mitchell goes over to Sellers. Middle ice. Oh, he returned the favor there. Davis go a little wide on Weiss. Weiss is looking for an opportunity to send it back up the center, back over to Davis. Poke check by Nova. Back in the hands of White. Oh, that was right through the hands of Sellers. Great thing. Sellers is going to go back. No score there from Nova. Great defensive side by the Generals. Sellers to regain it, but off the stick of Sellers. Pad saved by Cooper. And back around. Right in the hands of Harrington. Back in the hands of Harrington. Weiss over to Davis. That's going to be an offsides for the Richmond Generals. Pass on center. Quickly over to Nova. Back to the glass with us with Pearson. Backhand by Tanner. Tanner's got Christian. Christian to Bass in the center. Center's going to go down with a little backhand quick scoop by Nova. Going to get a reset. We've got Cooper, Bass, and Christian with Pearson and Tanner on defense. Pass quickly over to Christian, right off of his stick. Back in the hands of Nova. They try to center, but just beyond the reach there. They wave that one off. They keep it live and active. Cooper tries to use the board. He does. Oh, had one person to beat. Poke check went to the opposite side ice. Christian sends it beyond the blue line. Great hold by Christian there besides Nova. Sends it down low. Bass comes in, puts a nice shoulder right into Nova to get the puck. Right through the hands of Cooper. Pearson has a shot right over to Bass. And a great eye coordination there from Nova to just snag that right out of the air. No score. Richmond Generals progress. 3:40 remaining in the third period. 4-0 Generals lead. Going to get a restart, some fresh legs. We've got Glass, Saxon, and Sumner. Face-off win to Glass, quickly to Saxton. Saxton sends one right. Back around, he's going to regain it. He's got Glass opposite side ice. Big shot by Glass, scooped up by Nova. Let's keep that same rotation in there. Fantastic progression there for the Richmond Generals. See if we can do it again. Stalemate there, quickly picked back up by Glass. Glass tried to send one low to Saxon, denied by the Nova defenseman. Pearson sends one down right off the skate of Nova, picked back up by Saxon. Saxon goes in, tries to go opposite side, slows with a high side, backside shot, but just not enough over the shoulder, on the right shoulder of the goalie to get that over. Great thought process by Saxton. But goalie was just too high to get that done. It's a save by Nova. Back again by Glass. Shot by Saxon. Denied off of Sumner's stick. Back through center. Over to Nova. Nova sends it around the corner. They keep it wide. Go down to Cooper. Cooper's going to take his stick and quickly put the glove down to cover. Face-off win goes to Davis for the Generals on that one. Back right behind Cooper. Davis picks it up quickly, goes opposite side ice over to Weiss, all right off of his stick. Back in the hands of Nova, right through center ice. Harrington is there, tries to outpower, and he does. Davis comes in for the scoop. 1v1, it goes around one, down two, pad saved by Nova. Weiss is chasing to the corner, got Harrington. Keeps control. He's got all alone Davis. Davis tries to send it back to Harrington, but off the skate of Nova. 2:15 remaining. Oh, Morrison tried to hold, but just under his stick. Weiss comes in. Nova sends it opposite ice. Picked back up quickly by Davis. Davis over to Weiss, but just too far out of a reach for Weiss. Goes to the lower corner. Morrison goes in for defensive. Hold, but misses there. Comes all the way back over to Smythe. Smythe sends it down to us. Right back in the hands of Harrington. Harrington sends it on down to the middle, off the skate, and back around. Davis tries to lose, and Joel Weiss for his second score of the night for the Richmond Generals. Davis to Weiss. And Weiss is there just to clean it up. Tap right in. Congratulations. 1:35 remaining. Richmond Generals 5-0. Pass on center. Oh, Cooper keeps it, goes all the way down, keeps it up, tries to go backhand, saved by Nova and back around. Great progression by Cooper and the Generals on that great start. Cooper and Bass are in the corner, 2v2. Bass puts a little elbow in there in the corner. Nova tries to go back to center. Right off the stick of Christian and back to the lower bowl. Bass, shoulder to shoulder. Great job to get that out. Cooper's there. Loses that. Over to Nova. Sellers is there to pick it up right to center, right off the skate of Cooper. Oh, Nova kicks it back by their skate to the opposite side, hand. Sellers is there. He has open ice for two Generals. Right, come down the center. Oh! What a progression. Christian and Cooper had the opportunity. 2v1. Christian passes over to Cooper. Cooper takes the shot. The goalie goes far corner with that save and knocks the goal right off. But great save by Nova. 37.9 seconds remaining in the game. And got Sellers took the face off on that. Back into the hands of Nova. Great job by Glass, keeping that up and away. Back to center. We've got Mitchell. Mitchell uses the boards. Comes way beyond the blue line. Comes down close to us on the wall. Nova goes down right through Sumner. Shot high and wide. Cooper just does a Spider-Man save. Right in the glove. Great job by Cooper. 7.3 seconds remaining. Huge. That was almost a score on ourselves, right from the Sellers side, right to the back all around. Sellers sends it right beyond the blue line. Give Cooper another shutout for this evening. Richmond Generals lead 5-0. And they win the game this evening. Credit the entire team for being in the right positions at the right time. Teamwork this evening by all the Richmond Generals. Cooper gets his another shutout this year, and we have got great positioning, great teamwork tonight, and we have all done a great job on the Richmond Generals side. So the Richmond Generals will travel home this evening with a win, and we will get prepared for tomorrow for 10:40 in the morning to play the Reston Raiders. I want to thank everybody at home for joining us and tuning in this evening, and we'll be back live tomorrow morning as long as the snow doesn't keep us away. But hopefully we can go live again, have another great game on a Sunday morning, and everybody else will have their afternoon before we return to school on Monday.